Outstanding. I'm your host, Bobby Higley, a confirmed homosexual. Yep, I got my ordinances. It's true. This is the Outstanding competition, and I am so excited you're here. Let's go over our thank yous. First of all, everybody give it up for the Timber Room. Yes. Thank you to the Timber Room for housing us. Thank you to AHF for the prize sponsorship. Woo! Yes, and lastly, thank you to Queer Space Magazine for putting this on. Yes. This is a queer competition. It's got 12 of the best comedians in the Pacific Northwest duking it out for some prize money. It should be a great time. You in the audience here live get the chance to vote, and then you at home need to look into the comment section or below the video you're seeing in order to vote. Make sure you vote for your favorite queer comic so that they can take home money. Money! So I should introduce myself. I'm Bobby Higley. Yes, I'm sad. You get sad, Seattle? Yeah. Last time I got sad, I got really curious, so I did my 23andMe. Yeah? You ever done that? Anybody? Yeah, find out where you've been? Yeah, I had 23 men inside of me in a month. Yeah, it turns out I'm racially 10% chlamydia. That's fun. It's interesting because when you're like crying on a dick, like normally they're like, yeah. And that happened a lot during my 23andMe. It did. There were a lot of guys who were like, yeah, I'm a big man. Then I was like, no, I'm real sad. I'm not crying on your dick for fun. It's not why I'm here. No, it's true. I'm so sad. I wrote some nursery rhymes for you. Maybe you'll like these. These are my sad gay nursery rhymes. Little Twink Tommy sat down his mommy. He had something to say. But along came his father, who sat down beside her and disowned him for being gay. I wrote that joke real young. Baba Black Sheep, have you any privilege? No. Cumpster Dumpster sat on a dick. Cumpster Dumpster got terribly sick. This joke is about AIDS children. All his friends' warnings and his doctor's degrees couldn't cure Cumpster of his HIVs. It doesn't kill us anymore! Hey! The quiet ones, do you want to hear another AIDS joke? Yes. Yeah. The extra quiet ones, are you the Reagan administration? You don't want to hear about AIDS? That's how you get an epidemic! It's fine. I won't even tell the AIDS joke, because honestly, you're 46 times more likely to get it if you're gay, so... Oh my God, y'all are so wonderful. I now have the privilege of bringing up the first comedian. Everybody give it up for Evelyn Jensen!
Oh my God, what's up, Timber Room? How we doing? Don't worry, I'm not Bobby's sister. There's no nepotism happening here. Purely friendship, that's all this is. Yes, hello. I'm Evelyn. I'm glad to be in this competition. Super stoked. I am a bisexual woman. And being a bisexual woman, I deal with a little bit of internalized homophobia, which is no fun at all. Very silly, right? Stupid. If you don't know what internalized homophobia is, let me paint you a picture, all right? You're not straight. You start thinking about who you like to bone. Then all of a sudden your brain just starts screaming, what if Mike Pence was right about us? Then you gotta go find a chalkboard and just write, he's not on it over and over again until you feel comfortable telling people you drove a Subaru in high school. So So that works. It's not fun. Don't recommend it. Internalized homophobia is basically just a voice in your head, trying to get you to not be who you are as a person. This past summer, when I was getting ready to go to San Francisco for the Pride Festival, I was packing, and I was like, should I pack my Birkenstocks? My brain was like, nah, too gay. Don't do it. It's like, what? Did you hear where I was going, dude? It's not. It's very applicable. It's silly, though. Like, internalized homophobia will make you do irrational things, the silliest things. Like, when I was not out and I was very ashamed of who I was as a person, I wouldn't even write in my journal about my own gay-ass feelings. Can you believe that? Like, what was I afraid of, right? It was my journal. In my mind, here's how it would play out, all right? I'd write in my journal about how I feel, and then I would just drop dead. And then TMZ would get a hold of it, I guess. Like, run off. And then there'd be, like, some Washington Post headline about me post-mortem, like, area woman dies tragically. Loved the puss, what a dyke. Like, that's what I was afraid of. And honestly, if that were my obit headline now, I would be so stoked. So I think that's growth is what that means. It's silly, though, because when I think back on, like, my younger self and just the mental gymnastics I took to be like, no, I'm not queer, what? Like, here's how I would justify it. I'd be like, I'm not gay. I just want to take my best friend out for dinner, slowly fall in love with her, do the New York Times Sunday crossword together every week, adopt a couple kids, grow old, die in each other's arms as friends. So chill, super straight, so heterosexual. You don't even know. Oh, it's silly. I've come across, though, like, when I talk to people about being bisexual, I come across a lot of really silly myths. They're so funny and dumb. Like, so I like to bring them up when I'm doing comedy, because I like to knock them down when they come into my brain space, So I pass them on to all of you so you, too, can knock them down when they're in your brain space. Probably the most ridiculous one I heard, I was talking to a friend of a friend one time, and he said, bisexual people are just tourists in Gayville. I was like, what? I'm not a tourist, I actually have a timeshare here. I visit it every time a man on the street tells me to smile more, so it's not bad. Pretty sweet situation. One I hear in particular about bisexual women is that bisexual women are using their sexuality for attention. To that I say gross. I don't need to use my sexuality for attention. I do this, right? That's why anytime I'm on stage, I'm like, everybody fucking look at me. And anytime I'm fucking, I'm like, nobody fucking look at me. I wear a blindfold. People think it's kinky. I just don't want to emotionally connect. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's all this is. Another one I hear a lot is that bisexual people are confused. They can't decide, right? Yeah, I am confused how everyone got so hot. What? Oh my God. Doesn't make any sense. Like, why am I attracted to the yoga mom in line at Pinkberry and her corgi? Like, I don't get it. They have the best butts. Corgis, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. I've been Evelyn, Jensen. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much.
One more time for Evelyn Jensen! Woo! Keep that enthusiasm going. Keep it going. For utter silence, Riley McCarthy.
Seattle, let's keep that energy going. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, this side of the room say hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
This side of the room say goddamn.
Goddamn.
This side of the room say what's up.
What's up?
This side of the room say 9/11 was an inside job. This side of the room say let's fucking do it.
Let's Fucking do it!
This side of the room say Dick Cheney allowed 9/11 to happen in order to catalyze the rise of the New World Order. Oh, this side of the room say what? This side of the room say the U.S. sent to Iraq so that Dick Cheney could launder money for his former employers at Halliburton. This side of the room say, "Aye, Poppy." This side of the room say that on August 21st, 2001, a dossier was placed on Donald Rumsfeld's desk containing CIA profiles of two men who would later go on to be integral parts of the attacks in the World Trade Center. However, due to a criminal level of negligence, they were not put on no-fly list and the attacks in the World Trade Center were allowed to occur. Yeah! All right! Wow, good energy in the room. So I like to start my sets, get the crowd pumped and paranoid. Fun. Oh boy. By now you're all probably wondering who I am. My name is Riley and I'm an extraordinarily talented person. Thank you. Thank you. Very talented. I can read, write, sing, dance, paint, stand-up comedy, music, you name it. I could tell you the age of any cat, based purely on its depth and timbre of purr. That's true. I can do that. I could appraise for you, sir, the price of any egg, be it Fabergé, Goose, or other. I can shoot a free throw. 2 tries, that's right. Very talented. I have a highly mathematical mind. You give me any 2 numbers between 1 and 100. Any 2 numbers. 57 and 24, 856. Child's play. Child's play. I'm confident. Very confident, man. I get on the bus, I don't even think about touching the handrails. I stride willfully to the back like a Russian soldier so I can get a good seat and watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Clips on my iPhone. Confidence. I'm so butt-fucking talented. I wake up every day and realize talents I didn't even know I had. Por ejemplo, for example, that's Spanish. Keep up. I was sitting on my porch this morning enjoying a fine domestic cigarette when out of the corner of my eye, spotted a housefly perched on the chair next to me. Without even thinking, whoosh, snatched it up, bare hands. That's the thing I can do! I caught that living creature and it was only my hand, my brain, and my heart. Didn't think it through though, you guys. I have many talents, impulse control, not one of them. Now had a fly in my hand. Was it alive? Shook it up. Inconclusive. File that under yet to be determined. What to do with this fly? I could crush it. No! Extinguish a living being? That would be dishonorable, and I am nothing, sir, without my honor. No, couldn't crush it. I could eat it, consume its power. Never! Could you imagine me with an ounce more of power? I would simply be too strong. You would have to strike me dead where I stand just to save the future of the human race. No! Couldn't crush it. Couldn't eat it. Had to do the only honorable thing. Had to set it free. So I whispered it a small prayer. Promised that on our next meeting, I would toast to it with the heartiest glass of wine. And I set it free. Wah! It was a raisin. It was just a loose raisin. I've been Riley McCarthy. Have a fantastic night.
You loved him, right? Yeah. All right, now make sure you vote. Thank you, everybody. This has been an episode of This Thing. Goodbye.